Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to the Bate Escape. You're here. I'm so happy. It's been quite a week. I hope you all are doing well. Um, did you all have a really good week? I feel like there's a lot of things happening in my life right now. My roommate told me that it's like this Leo, not Leo, but like Lion Gate thing happening. I don't know how many of you are like into like astrology and like um frequency and energies, but she was like, yeah, like there it's like this thing where it's like this day in which like our reality like opens up to like this external energy force, like this parallel universe of like who you are, and it's like opening a bunch of like different like wounds, and it's basically a time for you to like heal yourself and like come to terms with a lot of like emotional baggage that you can have, which I feel could be possibly true because I did experience a really interesting interaction this past week. But maybe we'll start off with the good stuff. What did I do this last week? I worked a lot. I'm really grateful that let's just have a moment of silence for like brothers out there who are like really struggling during this whole COVID-19 thing. Like, I know I don't want to keep harping on it like in this podcast, but it's a reality now. It's real. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think this is kind of like a new way of living that we all have to kind of figure out together, and we all need to help each other out, which means we have to like practice social distancing and wear our mask and just use the best judgment we possibly can. But yeah, I think it's really devastating that people are out there like losing their jobs and losing their homes because of this virus, and it's, if you're healthy, if you have a home, if you're working, if you have a check coming in every week or however you get paid, like I just feel like we should be so honorable and grateful for the things that we have. At least I am. And I give that energy out to you guys. I always want nothing but the best for everyone that's listening to this podcast. You've given me so much, and I want to just give that in return. So if you're struggling, I see you. I'm sorry, I don't know how to help. Hopefully you listen to this and it gives you some kind of like release. That's my hope and wish. And I wish you all but nothing but great things to come very soon in your life. So just wanted to say that really quickly. So it's my birthday tomorrow. Yeah. I think after a certain age, they all just kind of come and go. I think when I hit 40, it'll be, that's the one I'll really kind of be like, holy shit, 40 years old. But yeah, it's coming up, and I've had, friends do really great things for me the last couple of days. I've been really busy. Last Friday, I hung out with really great friends, and we ate like Korean chicken and Korean corn dogs, and we got some rice cakes. It was a Korean themed birthday dinner, so it was really nice. So shout out to those ladies for putting that together. And we also ended up showing one of our friends Showgirls for the very first time. Yeah, I know. Shocker, she'd never seen Showgirls. I was like, what? Living under a rock for days. If you haven't seen Showgirls, please do yourself a great favor and watch it right now. Like, you're not going to be disappointed. Okay, go watch it and then tweet me and snap me and Instagram me and tell me how amazing that is. Yeah, and that's where you can find me. So I'm Beastly Vader, your friendly, I don't know, neighborhood baiter, solo sexual, your friendly internet solo sexual. I gotta get that. It's a good title to call me, I guess. And you can find me on Snapchat, Twitter, definitely Bait World, new Tumblr. I just have an Instagram that's getting really fun to do, so it's really cool. God, I didn't realize social media is like a full-time gig. Like, I hope you guys out there that are doing like social media for like work, like as an actual job, I hope you're getting paid money, because it's a lot of work. Like, it's like, holy shit, like it'll get you together. Like, I'm doing that shit all the time. It's fun for me. I mean, I love it, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, shout out to you guys doing your thing up on social. I mean, I'm on social all the time, and I, I probably don't even know really like how that works. I just do my best and tweet stuff. I mean, I have some experience, but you kids out there, like you young kids out there, like doing your thing on OnlyFans, like 19, 18, 20 year olds, like showing ass, like all the power to you. Like get the monies, do a really great Instagram because it looks amazing. Like you guys use social media so well. So I learned a lot from you guys. So thank you. um, and it's all nothing but love for sure. What else did I do this weekend? Oh, I finally got a dress for you guys. I'm so excited about that. I'm looking at it right now. It's cool, and I built it myself. I got it from IKEA, and I'm very proud of that. Thank you so much. Um, it was yeah. I had been wanting this fucking dresser for a while, and initially I wanted the white one, but I ended up getting like the oak wood one, and I think it works a lot better. I think I like it a lot. It's not as it's subtle. I don't think it's like you know as obvious as like white because I feel like white would be really bright. And I also picked up this really cool lamp at Target. I needed a lamp for my room. And it looks like an old timey lamp, and it has like a glass case over it, and it's like a dimmable, like a brown light bulb. And I was like looking at all these lamps, and I was like, I don't want a traditional lamp. I don't want anything that like houses this light. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I have this thing where I don't like being kept in things. Like my closet doors always open. Um, when I go to bed, like the doors open, and then like right across from my bedroom is my roommate's bedroom door, and I don't like when that's closed. Like I can't sleep; it makes me uncomfortable. I like literally have to go and open her door so I can see through her room. I don't know what it is, but being locked in and stuff is just like not fun for me right now. So I'm trying to be as open as possible. And then Sunday was cool. Sunday I did laundry and got a car wash. I needed it so bad. It's always nice when you get your car washed. Like it feels like a brand new car. I don't know what it is. It's pretty cool the way it does that. So okay. I had some notes for this podcast. And I thought it was a really cool topic. I probably will save it for the next one next week, and because I really wanted to talk about a situation that happened to me over the weekend, and it brought up a lot of emotional baggage. It brought up a lot of feelings, and I think it's important to talk about this because it happened with a fellow baiter, and I'll give you guys some context of who this person was to me. And so, yeah, so I got this text from this guy, baiter guy, that I've been talking to for a few weeks. And then we stopped talking for like 2 months. And he actually hit me up Friday night, which was the night that I was having dinner with the Korean dinner with my friends. And this is important because we were drinking, so I was a little I was a little under the influence, and my emotions were high, obviously. But yeah, so I'll give you guys some context. So I didn't meet well. This person reached out to me on social media and took a liking to my Beetroot profile, and I took a liking to his, and I thought, cool, like he's local, and it's so rare for me to find like a baiter in my local neighborhood. Um, they're just like few and far between, and then when you do find them, it's always like this thing where it's like you don't have time to even hang out. I don't know. LA is weird about that. If you guys are from LA, do you guys experience that? Like, I feel like in LA, everyone's too cool for school. Like, bro, I just want to grab a cup of coffee. Like, you don't have to postpone it for 3 weeks. I don't know. Like, when I was living in New York, I did not experience that whatsoever. Like, guys in New York are like down. Like, they're just like, yeah, what's up? Like, I'm downstairs in your apartment building. Like, are you going to come out or not? Like, they have no time to play. Anyway, so this guy hit me up and super cool dude. Like I think we vibed. Like I think like he hit me up on social, and then like I given him my number that day, and like by that night we were having like an amazing like phone sex section. Like we were baiting already, so that was fucking cool. And it was just like really intense, really fast, and maybe I try not to consider it a fault at this point in my life, but I'm a very passionate person, and I don't like a lot of people. I don't like. I don't. I mean, I crush on everyone. Yeah, like I'll crush on the guy, like the random guy walking on the street, but I won't. I don't like a lot of people. Like it takes a lot for me to really vibe with someone to a point where I'm just like, yo, like I want to fucking meet you like today. Like let's figure this out. Like, is there chemistry? Is there connection? Because I'm feeling you like 100. And I felt like that for this guy. So granted, it was during the time when um the Black Lives Matter movement really hit, and we were having all those protests. And he was living downtown LA at the time, and I remember like a lot of the protests happening where he lived, and like people had broken into his building. And so Grant, yes, I'll give him that. Like he was going through a lot um at the time, but um why I was so shocked that he texted me was because like I really fell hard for this guy. And maybe that was my fault, but I don't want to make excuses for my attraction to people. That's just who I am, and I think that's a really beautiful part about me. But it was I think we just like, well, I perceived it as him ghosting me. And in the time that I would say we were texting and chatting for in the course of like maybe 3 weeks to a month, and in that time, I was always like pushing to be like, hey, like let's go get boba, right? Like I want to meet you. Like I really dig you. Like why don't you meet me? And he would never commit to doing that. So then I just started thinking, I was like, well, like what if I don't know what this guy's deal is, right? Like is he in a relationship? Does he not feel me? Does he not want to do this? Like was it just a phone sex baiter dude? Like I don't know what it was. Anyway, he texts me Friday night, and it's just like, how are you doing? And I'm really short with him because I'm just so shocked that he would even like text me. Like I thought this guy was like long gone. And in order to save, okay, here's where the lesson comes through. So maybe I'll give you a little context of history for him. And I really debated on whether or not I wanted to talk about this. And I wanted to get this personal, but I just believe that in order for people to learn a lesson and to make a human connection, we have to be really vulnerable and honest. And essentially, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm out here publicly. Like, I want to make a change and I want to make an impact. So it starts with me being open about, myself and the life I've lived. So I I suffer from a certain type. I suffer from mental illness, and it's something that I have always struggled with. And just recently, I would say last year, I got a diagnosis that I was kind of shocked by. And so it's been a work in progress for me to really accept this diagnosis. But I have suffered a lot of abandonment as a child and as a teenager that subsequently has affected a lot of relationships that I have now as an adult. And a lot of that, a lot of what's impacted is the majority is my love life. In my life, the people that were supposed to love me have chosen not to, or chosen to abandon me in some capacity, form, or way. And so that has really hindered a lot of the things that I do in my life and the choices that I make. And so going back, how does this relate to this guy? So when he ghosted me, it brought up a lot of feelings of abandonment. And it's something that I struggle with anytime someone ends something with me, particularly like a relationship. And it could be anyone. It could be a friend, it could be a relative, it could be a lover, it could be like, you know, your gym partner, it could be a coworker. Like anytime someone doesn't want to engage with me anymore, doesn't want to talk with me or hang out with me, or like wants to just cut it off and forget, whatever we had, or forget that I exist. I tend to experience a lot of abandonment, and it's a very visceral reaction in my body, and it's one that I need to learn to control, and it's a practice that I'm doing with myself in order to not feel this type of trigger anytime the situation happens. So when he texts me again, this big bro, it brought up a lot of feelings of abandonment all over again. And I was upset. And so my interactions via text, granted, I was a little under the influence on it. It's no excuse, but still, we're a little defensive. And so he was kind of like, hey, like, how have you been? Like, we've stopped talking. And I was like, we didn't stop talking. Like, you stopped talking to me. Like, you ghosted me, right? And I was like, I figured you weren't interested. And he was just like, oh, like, I thought the same. Like, I wondered why you didn't text me. And I was just like, well, I'm a bit confused because, you reach out after a couple of months to say hello. Like, why are you texting me? Like, I just didn't understand what the point of his text was. And one of the things he said was, well, phone works both ways, question marks, which I thought that really kind of set me off. And I was just like, listen, like, I'm trying to get to know you so hard and you gave me nothing. And he was like, well, I understand, but I wanted to see if you were interested in talking again. And I was like, I understand that, but what I don't understand is why are you hitting me now? And why again? Right? Like, what's the fucking motive? He was just like, oh, like, I can tell you're not thrilled with me, so I wish you the best. And I was like, that's so easy. Like, I just didn't want to let him off the hook that easy. And I was like, no, like, you need to understand, like, I was feeling you really hard, and then you ghosted me, and that hurt my feelings. Like, and it sucked. But you don't owe it anything to me. Like, it's fine. And then eventually he was like, I didn't ghost you. The phone works both ways. Like, I understand that you try to like commit to something, and it was a weird circumstance that I was in, and time went by, and then like, just I didn't text you, da 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 da, whatever. So that ended really harshly that night. And then the next morning when I woke up, I just felt really awful about it. And I was like, okay, I need to like call this guy and talk on the phone and just kind of like air out what I was feeling. And the reason why I wanted to talk to him was because it was an opportunity for me to change my pattern of behavior when I'm feeling abandoned. And it, like I said, it could happen to anyone, or yes, it could happen to anyone, but like my abandonment comes from any type of person. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. But I think it's really important for us I think if you're in a situation and before you like kind of reach out and kind of react, like it's a really great idea to just kind of like sit on it. Like, I wish I had sat on it. I actually wish I had slept on it and text him in the morning and been much more clear-headed about like what was happening, how my emotions were playing into this, and what I really wanted to say to the guy. So ultimately, he didn't want to talk, which is fine. And I said, you know what, like, I want to just apologize for her behavior. I think there was miscommunication in our final texts. What I didn't want to end a relationship over something so trivial, because it's hard enough to find cool bait bros that you're like into around you. Like we're just hard to find. Like we really have to kind of like work to get these relationships going. Um, and I just didn't want to do that to this guy. Like he's a fellow baiter. Like he's my brother. Like I didn't want to do that to him. Like we're so rare in our community. I, I just felt bad, and so I was like, listen, like, I'm sorry. I don't want to end on bad terms. Like you're a bait bro. Like like I heart you, dude. Like we're in this together. You know, maybe a relationship isn't great right now, but we can certainly do that in the future. Like my door's open. Just stay cool. I'm here. You know how to reach me. And I felt really good about that. And it was such a changed behavior for me. And I think what I've learned is that we really have to stop and kind of think about where these emotions are coming from. And that Friday night, when I thought I was angry, what I was really feeling was feelings of being hurt. Like it brought up a lot of hurt because here was this brother like that I was really into, and then it just stopped, and it brought up again. It brought up this feelings of abandonment, and then you begin to internalize that as there's something wrong with me. I'm not cool enough anymore, or I'm not good looking enough, or I don't have the right cool clothes, or I don't make enough money. Like what I'm beginning to work on is not internalizing someone else's neglect of you. So, the first thing that I did was, well, not the first thing, because I fucking went off that night. But the next day, I stopped and I really assessed my feelings. I was like, okay, where is this coming from? Like, why do I feel this way? And I ultimately came to the conclusion that I was like, yeah, I was hurt. Like, you stopped talking to me and I thought we were cool. So that was fucked up. But how do I change? Like my thought was like, well, how do I change the narrative in my mind? And that's a continual practice that you have to constantly make. Like you constantly have to be aware. And I know it's super hard because people just kind of live their lives, and some are better than others. It's a skill that not everyone has, and I certainly didn't. And it's something that I've had to really study and work on, and it's been a fucking struggle. It certainly hasn't been easy, and it's something that I have to check myself every day. And that's just what it is, because I want to get better, and you have to put in the work. There's really no way to heal if you don't put in the work. It's hard, you guys. I don't lie. It's a struggle, and it sucks. And some days are really bad, and some days are really great. And you just kind of have to go through the motions of, figuring out what works for you. And I went off on a couple of tweets that that Friday night, and I was gonna take them down, but I was like, you know what? No, like I'm not always like a happy guy. Like I have my shit too. I have my fucking hangups. I have my baggage, and I thought, you know what? Just leave it up. And if someone relates to it, if someone can, find something relatable in tweets, and so be it. And if people have actually, like a couple of brothers reached out to me, we're just like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Another brother was like, yo, like, I've been through that shit. Like, what you said is fucking real. And I was like, yeah, like, we all go through these experiences, but no, we don't really share about them with our community. Or at least I've haven't. Like, everything's so sex, right? Which is cool. Like, sex is sexy. Like, I love it, but I think sex and emotions are like they're so intertwined. Like, you know, how we feel about it, how we feel about each other plays a huge important role in how we interact and how we have sex with each other. Um, and I think it's important to be able to communicate those feelings. Um, you know, I felt good about like, texting him back and apologizing. Even though he didn't apologize. um, you're not always gonna get like the response that you want, I guess. And that's cool too. Just kind of have to work through that. I mean, he did like thumbs up my last text, which I guess means we're good. I don't know what that means, but I feel like I'm at peace knowing that that I ended that on a good note because I have left a lot of people in the dust because of my emotional pain of abandonment. Like I've just like if anytime anyone has ever done that to me, I just kind of just cut them off, and it's like, well, fuck you. But it's not healthy. It's not healthy. You just can't go through life just cutting people off. That I mean, you can, but I think what's important now to me is just like really trying to understand like why, the why of it all, because when you start to really assess people's emotions and your emotional state and where they're coming from and like having that communication, it's a really good practice, and it prepares you for, knock on wood, it doesn't happen again, right? um but you as you practice, you begin to experience a level of like emotional maturity, which is what you're always trying to like achieve essentially. But yeah, it just it just brings up a lot of like emotions, like like he texts me, and now that's all I can think about. Like I think about him, like I want to see him, like it's just like shit, like you know I don't know, and it just sucks because like it ended in a really weird way. um so take that as a lesson, like don't let your relationships end weirdly. Take it from me, because you're gonna want to see them again. Because I think everyone ultimately at the end of the day has like good intentions. Like they might not always express it the best way, but I don't know. I just I want to start giving people the benefit of the doubt, because it just opens your life up to like more possibilities. And I'm a firm believer that like really great things can come from unlikely places. Like that's such a yeah. I should fucking put that on a t-shirt or something. Because if you don't like try, then what's the point, And I've gotten a lot of like different like messages from baiters where it's just like, yeah, like I love that you're a proud solosexual. Like I think I am too, but like um it's hard to find bait bros. Like, don't you ever get lonely? Or like like I love being solo, but sometimes it's hard. And it is hard, and it does get lonely. That's like not, it's not something that I take lightly. Like I get it. Like you guys talk to me about this stuff, and I understand because I'm there too with you guys. Um, which is why I'm here. Like, which is why I'm on social media. It's to build a community and build dialogue. Um, but I think while it may get lonely, I I'm not alone because I have myself, right? And I think I understand when people like brothers, like I understand when brothers reach out and say, "Hey, like I feel lonely, like I'm alone, like it's just solo sex, right? You're just masturbating by yourself." But like I, I think I really want you guys to start changing the narrative of what it means to be solosexual. Like solosexual to me simply means that I love making love to myself. It doesn't mean that I want to be solo all the time or I don't want to be solo for the rest of my life. Like I, I would love a partner. Like I would love a solo sexual boyfriend or a beta boyfriend or date someone that it really relates to my sex. Like, yeah, that's beautiful. And um, I think people who are in love or in relationships, I think it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, so like to me, I'm not alone in my sexuality because I have myself, and it's such a beautiful time right now in my life where I'm just like owning everything I fucking do. Like, I watch what I eat because I love myself enough to give myself nutritious foods. Like, I work out because I love myself enough to like keep my body healthy and in shape. I love, you know, I got a dresser because I love myself enough to keep my clothes in a really safe space and not get them dirty and keep them clean. Right? Like I love myself enough to like groom my eyebrows because I want to present the best of myself to the world. I love myself enough to make a dentist appointment because I want my teeth to be great. Like that's how for me solo sexuality has transcended into all aspects of my life. And it's such a powerful time in my life right now. It really is the first time where it's everything's on me, and so I try to make everything the best it can possibly be. I I just I make a conscious effort wherever I go, wherever I am, to offer the best version of myself. And that all started with masturbation. It started with loving myself. It started with loving my body and loving my sex and honoring the type of sex that really makes me happy. And when you begin to make yourself happy, that just fucking touches everything. You know, I have friends, like personal friends of mine saying, like, God, Ren, like you feel so different. Like you feel a lot lighter. Um you feel just cool, chilled out, you know, which is it's true. Like I feel like anxiety, you know, masturbation has really helped my anxiety. Um, it's brought me a lot of peace, you know. You know, you can see it when I bait. You know, I see it when I bait. Like when I post videos and shit. Like I'm not out there like bouncing off walls, swinging my dick around. Like I'm in my bed. I'm on my fucking couch, like straight chilling. Like no worries, no judgment, no shame. It's fucking me and my bait and my body and like pleasuring myself and giving myself love that I feel I either never received or had a lack of. And that's the power. That's like taking back your juju, you know? Jujubee. Wait, how many of you thought Jujubee should have won All Stars? Don't don't say that to me. Okay, listen. I love Jujubee, like she's fucking funny as shit, but me fucking Shea Coulee had it in the bag. I'm not gonna lie. Like the bitch walked in looking like a tropical paradise on the first episode, and I was just like, yes. Like if she don't win this crown, I'm boycotting some bullshit. Um Anyway, yeah, so that's how you take back your juju. You take back yourself, man. Like, fuck, you take back your fucking power. Like, I'm on a mission here, you guys. Like, I'm on a fucking mission to like make masturbation fucking cool. Like, jerking off's fucking cool. Like, it's you and you're vibing out and you're not trying to fucking impress anyone. You're not trying to fucking meet anyone's sexual expectations. Like it's fucking you, you know? Like you can change it up however you want. You don't have to discuss that with a partner. Like I'm on my bed, cool. Now I want to fucking stand up, cool. Now I want to squat, cool. Now I want to fucking do a handstand while I masturbate, cool. I'm gonna fucking do all of that because it turns me on, you know? And I think people have like this like perception, oh, all you do is masturbate, like you're some like fucking like, you know, loser baiter or whatever. But I mean, that's cool too. Like if that's wait, hold up, let me back the fuck up a little bit. I know a lot of like guys that are like into that. Like it turns them on to be like loser, like porno addicts and shit. Like I don't know if you go on Twitter and you see like those memes where it's just like "goo in your penis" and it's some guy like gooning out and shit. That's cool. Like if that's your thing, I get off on that too. Like I can definitely goon. Um, but for me, like my bait is fucking cool. Like that's what gets me off. Like when I'm fucking baiting, I'm the fucking coolest guy ever. Like I'm just like fucking in my fucking element. I fucking zoning in on my fucking penis. Like fucking looking at my big ass feet. Like I'm rubbing my chest hair. Like I'm fucking touching my taint. Like I'm all immersive. Like everything I have is fucking amazing. That's what I try to present to the world. And that's what I want you guys to do. Like I want you guys to feel that way about yourselves. Like, again, like someone was asking me on Snapchat, Twitter, I don't know, someone DM'd me somewhere and was just like, how do you do that? Like, how do you look so chill in your beat? Like, can you mentor me? Can you show me? And I'm just like, I mean, I feel like I need more experience under my belt, but watch my shit. Like, hear my podcast, like read my shit. Like here it is, like for you guys to like, take in and just like kind of fucking make it your own. Like you don't have to do what I do. Like just fucking go and like explore what makes you feel fucking sexy and just do that shit. And I've seen some of your Snapchats. Okay, like you boys know how to keep it sexy. Okay, like you keep doing that. Like keep doing you, man. Like it looks great. And that's all. Ghosting sucks. You shouldn't do it. You should at least try not doing it. No, you shouldn't do it at all. Like, don't ghost people. Like, if you feel like you're not into someone anymore, like, have that conversation. They'll appreciate it. You'll feel a lot better. Like, if you feel like people are going to get more hurt or more angry, like, okay, deal with it. Like, I think just ghosting and like leaving someone and like not having that closure is probably one of the worst things you could possibly do to someone. And the reason why people do that is because they don't want to feel their feelings. Like they don't want to, like maybe it didn't work out with someone and you're just like, okay, fuck, I thought I liked this person, no, I don't. So I don't know how to like deal with this. So I'm just going to like leave their lives. Don't do that. Like honor your feelings and be like, hey, listen, and have a adult conversation with this person and say, hey, listen, like, it was cool in the beginning. I think you're an amazing person. I just don't think we're a good fit. Like, I don't think like this is gonna work out between us. But if you want to be friends, you can tell them that. Like, let's be friends, or like, you can follow me on social. Like, I'll follow you on Instagram. Like, find a way to if effectively communicate to this individual how you're feeling, because it's like the emotionally correct thing to do. It really is. Like it's a sign of emotional maturity, and it's a beautiful thing. I love when people do that to me. Like I've been rejected that way, but not rejected. Okay, that's not a positive word. Let's not say that word. I've been turned down. No, it's not good either. Well, I've been told that I wasn't a fit for this person. That's a good way to say that. And I was like, oh, and I was like, well, how come? And then they gave me reasons or whatever, and all those reasons were because of them. And I appreciated that so much. Like, never once did this person like blame it on me, like, oh, you're to this or whatever. But like, it was all like his own shit that he was going through, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. That makes fucking sense. Like, if that's what you say it is, as long as it's like a negative, as long as it's not a negative projection on me, I'm not gonna internalize your letting me go as a bad thing. Like, you have shit to do. It's not working out. It has nothing to do with me, and we're both chill. that's a good way to end things. Try it next time. I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen next time, but if you ever find yourself in a situation again, you know what to do. Hopefully. Yeah, cool. I don't know. I hope that conversation did something for you. Um, I just, you know, want to let you guys know that you're not alone when you experience a negative emotion. I think we all go through this. And, I'm happy to talk about it with you guys. You know, if not me, who? I don't know. Hopefully that wasn't a bummer of an episode. Hopefully it was a good one, and I wanted to leave on a positive note, and I just want to let you guys know that baiters, we're interesting bunch of guys. That's for sure. And I think there's like a spectrum of being a baiter, and there's different needs that we all have, and we're just kind of all searching for, kind of our tribe, our brotherhood. I think everyone is, we all just kind of want a feeling of belonging. And essentially at the end of the day, we just want someone to choose us, we want someone to see us, to know, we want to matter to people. I think that's the heart of who we are. And it hurts when someone doesn't do that for us, but it's not the end of the world, because you have yourself, and you should love yourself. You should honor your feelings, and you should let go with grace and dignity, because that's the mature way to do it. You want to be mature. But sometimes it's good to tell the fucker to fuck off. Like, get the fuck out of my face is my number. Sometimes it'd be like that. Cool. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's a little bit different than what I've been doing, but I felt a need that I need to really talk about this topic. But maybe next week we'll get back to talking about some really cool, sexy shit. I haven't baited with anyone in a while, so maybe I'll do some research this week. That'll be fun. All right, guys. I'm Beastly Baiter. You guys can catch me on social: Twitter, Instagram, New Tumblr, Bait World, Snapchat, and say hi. I love when you guys talk to me. Even if it doesn't, you guys don't have to send me like an ass or a dick shot. Like, just say hi. Be like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, how's it going? Like, I love that interaction. That's why I'm here. A fun fact: I might get certified. Sorry, that was really loud. I might get certified as a sex coach. That's something that I'm currently researching, so that'll be really fun. Let me know if you guys would be interested in some possible sex coaching stuff for me in the near future. When I say the near future, I mean probably this fall or next year. It's like a 7-month course. It's insane. Anyway, hit me up, like, subscribe. I don't know, this isn't YouTube, but I guess it works the same way as a podcast. And then I'll see you guys around social. All right, later.